Reality check, man, from your device, and you know it's a unique one, aromatic, realistic TV. Anyway, today, my viewers and subscribers, I am here to talk about the Constitution reform. It is the hottest topic out there right now. My opinion and my stand, I have no problem with the Constitution reform. What I have a problem with is Andrew Holness and his corrupt administration. Can this man be trusted to deal with the Constitution in a fair and square way, wherein the citizen of Jamaica benefit from the Constitution, and not just Andrew Holness dealing with the Constitution to protect himself, him cronies, and him PSOJ friends them. So, we see where, on all angles, Dr. Elaine McCarthy, quote-unquote child of God, an elder or a minister, she signed the report that came from the Constitution Reform Committee, and she did that on behalf of the Jamaican umbrella group of churches. So she signed this document from the Constitution Reform Committee based on the agreement of all the other churches in Jamaica that gave her, Elaine McCarthy, the go-ahead to do so. So without any further ado, I am going to play the clip from all angles with Dr. Elaine McCarthy, and then we will dissect it. Take it away.
Everybody for coming in. I'm going to actually start with Dr. Elaine McCarthy, who I don't think we've heard from at all throughout this discussion. As I said, you represent the Jamaica umbrella groups of churches on the committee. And for clarity, you signed the report that came from the Constitution Reform Committee on behalf of the groups you represent, correct?
That's correct.
Tell us why.
All right, we have gone through a process where we have looked at various issues relating to the whole constitutional reform, and in the whole deliberation, the various issues that we have signed off on, it was done on a consensual basis. So everybody basically at the end of the day agreed to that particular point or points that were signed off on. So it wasn't a situation where you had persons opposing and those agreeing, and then it is, signed off on no. Consensus was reached. So that has been the mode of operation for the whole deliberation leading up to the drafting of the report.
Are you disappointed that the opposition isn't signing?
I was hoping that would have happened, because the points or the information that is stated there in the report, all of those matters were matters that they also agreed on. But I guess it's just that issue about the final court too that has caused some delay in the signing. Let's put it that way.
Okay, but I want to follow up on that with Senator and with the other.
So my viewers and subscribers, Diane asked her if she was disappointed with the opposition not signing that report. And she made it clear that she was open that they would sign that report. Now, this Christian woman is actually disappointed, because if you was open for somebody to do something and they did not, then you are disappointed. Right? So The Christian woman, the leader of the umbrella group of churches, because she negotiates on behalf of all of these other church who is a part of this organization in Jamaica. I want you to hear me good in Jamaica. This Christian woman was open for the opposition to sign this deal. A Christian woman who should lead by example and make the difference in the room. She was disappointed because the opposition did the right thing. A Christian lady in the room in this negotiation who is there to negotiating on behalf of the Jamaican people, not just a few people, not just their friends and their cronies, but the entire Jamaican population. She was disappointed in a man who is not a Christian for doing the right thing. So a man who is not a child of God did the right thing, and the Christian is disappointed in that man for doing the right thing by not signing that report from the Constitution Committee. Think about it, and think about it deeply, Jamaica. I was hoping that the opposition would sign. If you were hoping for something and it did not go your way, it simply means you are disappointed. Anyway, I am going to play another clip with Dr. Elaine McCarthy on the rostrum or on the pulpit preaching. Take it away.
Glory to God. Separation. We're of this world, we're in this world, but we're not of this world. And I go back to the little example I showed. And somebody had a speak and he was making out of the young men. These girls with their trousers down here. Lord, Lord. And he was saying that a children of God, we ain't going that way. No, no, no. And there are other things that happen in this world that we have to realize that we are not children of people. That's correct. We are royal priesthood. We are a holy nation. Yes. And therefore, we cannot be conformed to this world. But we have to be transformed, and the transformation comes through the renewing of our mind.
Keep blazing your fire, fire, fire. Blazing your fire, fire, fire. This is Jimmy Morgan, bigging up Aromatic Realistic TV. Real about ya here. Subscribe now. YouTube. Boom.
So Jamaica, my viewers and subscribers, you guys get it. She was there speaking in tongues. Right? She was there speaking in tongues. Right? A Christian, a child of God, a woman who know her Bible back and front. Speaking in tongues. Right? She has problem with a young man who his pants is, down on foot. That's a problem for her. But she don't have a problem with the Samoa Agreement. Is this any different with the young man with his pants down here and the Prime Minister sign a deal into law that is exposing our young man to batty business? You see the heights of hypocrisy and how hypocritical these people are. You don't have a problem with the Prime Minister signing the Samoa Agreement, but you have a problem with a young man wearing pants down here, sir. And then what she said, Jamaica, we are peculiar people. So we are different from them. As child of God, we are different from them. We have to set an example for the world to follow. Uno not set no example. Uno they follow the world right now. And what she goes on and he says, we are in this world, but we are not of this world. I want to remind her that the people of Jamaica are living in this world, suffering pain and distress under this Jamaica Labour Party Andrew Holness administration. So the people of Jamaica are living in this world. Not like you who are in this world, but not of this world. The people of Jamaica is different. The people of Jamaica is living in the real world. And the real world that the people of Jamaica are living in is the sufferation, the pain, the distress under this JLP administration. So that is the reality. She signed the report that came from the Constitution Reform Committee on behalf of all the churches in Jamaica who are a part of this umbrella group of churches. She signed that agreement with comfort. And she was disappointed that the leader of the opposition did not sign on that document. That document, that if the leader of the opposition signed that document, was going to take away the rights from the Jamaican people. Why so? Because we elect a prime minister to serve for 5 years. And if the prime minister did get his way and sign this constitution, this document to approve of the constitution, what would happen come next year for the general election? The prime minister could easily come out and tell us that the election is not going to held for the next 3 years. That's what she signed onto. And disappointed with the leader of the opposition for not signing that document. It's not my word. I was hoping if you are open for something and it did not happen, it simply means that you are going to be disappointed. You're going to be disappointed. But Jamaica, let's get down to the meat of the matter here. And let's talk about the constitution reform. And so we see where the Jamaica Labour Party led an attack on our constitution. The Andrew Holness administration led an attack at our constitution. And if he were given that privilege, Jamaica would turn upside down. And what we need to take to consideration, Jamaica, is that every single time the Jamaica Labour Party went to the court on a constitution matter, they lost it. The evidence is there. The evidence is there. Every time the Jamaica Labour Party and the Andrew Holness administration bring a case in front the court regarding the constitution, they lost. They lost Jamaica. So the question is, Jamaica, would you want this incompetent JLP administration to touch your constitution? Would you want this incompetent JLP administration led by Andrew Holness to touch your constitution? Knowing that every case that they brought before the court pertaining to the constitution, them lost it. So what that is telling me as a citizen is that they are incompetent where the constitution is concerned. They don't have a clue. Them themselves don't know the constitution. And if that's the case, then why would you feel comfortable and allow these baboons to mess with the constitution? That's the question. How could you feel comfortable in yourself knowing that these bunch of Looney Tunes don't even know the constitution? They are vulnerable, incompetent where the constitution is concerned. The facts is there, the evidence is there. Every case that they brought before the court pertaining to the constitution, they lost it. So the question, Jamaica, have you been consulted as a Jamaican by this Andrew Holness incompetent administration regarding the constitution? Have you been consulted by this Andrew Holness administration regarding our constitution? And as a Jamaican citizen, the question we have to ask ourselves, do we have an opinion in this? Because if the constitution is supposed to be for us, do we as a people have an opinion in this? And where this is regarded, no, I don't think so. And why you don't think so, Aromatic? It is simple. There was no dialogue with us. So what that tell me is that the constitution was not for us. The amendment, the changes to this constitution was not for us. Because if you did not come to us and ask us of our opinion, and the constitution should be for us, there was no dialogue with us, no form of communication. So it is clear as day. The amendment or the rewrite of the constitution was not for us. It was to protect Andrew Holness and his administration and in PSOJ friends. Because if this is for the people, it is so important. This is going to bring generation changes. And you want to keep it as a secret. We don't have a say. Our opinion does not count. There was no dialogue. So, my people, the question here again, how much of you guys see the proposed change the Jamaica Labour Party want to make to the constitution? How much of you guys know the real change that the Jamaica Labour Party propose for the rewriting of the constitution? How much you want to see it? How much you want to know what them want out of it? This is one of them that they want Jamaica. To extend the life of the parliament. One of the change that they propose is to extend the life of the parliament. What does that mean? As citizens of Jamaica, we go to the polling station and we cast our X. And we elect one of the two parties, either PMP or JLP. Now, after that 5 years, it's time to go back to the poll again. Because remember, we the citizens of Jamaica give you a temporary job. If you fail to live up to expectation or you fail to do the work that we put you there to do, then we are going to fire you. So after 5 years, we are going back to the poll again. This proposal change to extend the life of the parliament. What that would do, is come next year is a general election. The Prime Minister could easily come out next year and say there is no general election till 2028. That's what he was pushing for. He could push back the election for the next 5 years before we have an election. So I want the people of Jamaica to understand that. The next thing that they're pushing for, because the constitution reform will get rid of the king, so we get rid of the governor general. So the party that is in power, the prime minister, they will elect a president to serve. Now remember, a president, if you elect a president to serve, remember that president is not there to serve the prime minister or his administration. The president is there to serve on behalf of the Jamaican people. So whichever party is in power, that party must have a dialogue with the opposition and with some different groups in Jamaica to select a president. But it can't be that the party that is in power, the prime minister, will elect a president. I want you to look at the Gorilla General. Andrew Holness them recommend the Gorilla General. And everything that Andrew Holness do, the Gorilla General sign off on it. So as a people who know that allow Andrew Holness and the administration, if them in a power, to elect a president, now the same corruption going to happen. Now the same corruption going to happen. Now when you talk about the CCJ, the Caribbean Court of Justice, where every Jamaican need justice, as Mark Golden stated the other day, for an appeal to bring to the Privy Council is costing taxpayer $130 million. If you becomes a part of the CCJ, that we spend a lot of money to implement that court, then from Jamaica to Barbados, easy. From Jamaica to Trinidad, easy. From Trinidad to Jamaica, easy. From Antigua to Jamaica, easy. The judge will go back and forth. So one heap of youth in Jamaica would get justice. But they don't want that. They want to put it far away. So it is hard for us to get justice. It is hard for us to get justice. So him want if he stay at England, to continue, to send we youth them a prison, where they don't even have a chance. Them not even request a appeal. Because them not have the money to deal with that. So he want to do the reform in phases. The first phases is these things he will implement. And the second phase is that will never happen under Andrew unless if him get the go ahead is access to our beaches. That not in it. An impeachment bill that was written by Mark Golding in a parliament sit down now for the illicit six. Who steal taxpayers' wealth to go to prison. Him not sign off on that, bro. I just want you to look what is taking place. You know? The things that will benefit the people. The things that the people should benefit from. He want to do it in phases. Like the bill of housing scheme. So you have phase 1 and your phase 2. Constitution no need no phases. That's why you need to sit down with the opposition and other groups of Jamaica and come to a mutual understanding and draft this thing. It can't be no overnight, ram down throat. That's not how it works. My Jamaican brothers and sisters at home and in the diaspora, if this is so essential to the people of Jamaica, where this constitution reform, the new amendment, then why the Prime Minister did not see it fit to make sure that him do the right thing and go through every nooks and cranny of Jamaica? If the Prime Minister of Jamaica knows that the constitution reform, it is so urgent and the Jamaican people needed it so bad, it should be the right of him as the leader who held the highest office of the land to make sure he go to every nooks and cranny of Jamaica, the inner cities, the urban communities, rural Jamaica, the trenches, the gutters, because he knew that the Jamaican people are vulnerable to these kind of information. So it should be his number one priority to make sure all the man who are down in the trench is on the same page with the man who is at the top. So when that man down there make his decision and come on board, he has a full understanding of what he did regarding the changes of the constitution. If it is so important to the people of Jamaica, then why you kept it as a secret? You have the piece of legislation, but you have it in the parliament or in your meeting, and they only could read that piece of document right there because it is signed and sealed. You cannot take it outside of that building. The constitution reform, it's not a secret. It's for the people of Jamaica. And if it is for the people of Jamaica, then why is it the Prime Minister of Jamaica is keeping it as a secret from the people of Jamaica? How much of you guys of seeing the proposal change that the Prime Minister required. How much I want to see it? That's the question. How much I want to see it? If it's so urgent and important for the Jamaican people, why you didn't make it a point of your duty as the leader of Jamaica, the man who have the highest office, to make sure every single Jamaican understand what is this constitution reform about? That this reform is going to affect generation after generation to come. So why is they keeping it as a secret? Jamaica. Why is they keeping it as a secret, Jamaica? And this is the reason why I said I don't know what the churches become in Jamaica. The churches, they are now a laughing stock. Andrew Holness by the churches them in Jamaica. Andrew Holness of the churches them in Jamaica in a pocket. The churches them in Jamaica now are a disgrace. Lose them value, lose them way. No stand for nothing. The only thing what they want are your tithe and offering. Elaine McCarthy, a woman of God, a preacher, or an evangelist, signed the report that came from the Constitution Reform Committee. And she did not sign of herself. She signed on behalf of all the umbrella groups in Jamaica. They give her the go-ahead. So what that is telling you, they are comfortable with the proposal that Andrew Holness made to rewrite the Constitution. The suffering, the pain, the distress that Andrew Holness brought on the Jamaican people for the last 8 years. The umbrella group of churches is comfortable with the proposed change that Andrew Holness requests to expand the lifespan of the parliament, so he can easily come in the parliament and say there is no election next year. The umbrella group of churches is okay with that. They give the Andrew Holness Constitution Reform Committee the approval, said yes, we are on board with you guys. The Christian woman literally says she is disappointed with the opposition for not signing off on that deal. The Christian woman who's supposed to set an example, lead from front, make the difference in that room, carry the two parties together, come to a mutual agreement and work this thing out. She takes side with Andrew Holness Constitution Committee and sign off and upset with the man who is not a Christian for doing the right thing. So you would say in this case, the worldly and do the right thing and the Christian bets. What else way you can look on it? The worldly and do the right thing and the Christian who have to set example bets. She begs. She says she have a problem with the young man walking with his pants down here, so. She has a problem with that. But she don't have a problem with the Samoa agreement that Andrew Holness signed. Because silent means consent. Their mouth is sealed. She said we are peculiar person. So they are different. They are special from the rest. She make it be clear. We are in this world, but not of this world. But what I want she to understand, so the Jamaican people them is in the real world and suffering pain and distress for the last 8 years under this Andrew Holness administration. That are the reality. So you are fine, you are okay, you are perfect. Where it's regard, we are in this world, but not of this world. But the real world and the reality, for the last 8 years, the Jamaican people, them, they suffer like a dog. Under the GLP and the Andrew Holness administration. Pain and distress. Pain and distress for the last 8 years under this Andrew Holness administration. And on top of that, this lady who proclaimed that she is a child of God was on a rostrum preaching, speaking in tongues, have no problem in Andrew Holness' proposal to expand the lifespan of the parliament so he can go in the parliament and call off an election and put the Jamaican people under more suffering, under more pain, under more distress. She's disappointed in the opposition of not signing off on that deal. The man who is not of God did the right thing. And the woman who proclaimed she's a child of God, disappointed. If the Constitution was to reroute to benefit the people of Jamaica, the question we ask, why the Prime Minister who we elect to serve on behalf of all of us, to make sure at all time he did the best thing in our favor? Why did not he go through the nooks and cranny of Jamaica and lecture the people on the Constitution? So when they make that decision, they are fully aware. They are fully aware of what they did. And everybody can be on the same part. You leave us out because our opinion no matter. No dialogue with us. So the revamp and the new constitution is not really for us, Jamaica. It's to protect the Prime Minister's skin in PSOJ friend them and his administration. The leader of the opposition did the right thing. He is there to negotiate and lobby on behalf of the Jamaican people. and to make sure to stand up to the government and call them out when things is not right. Because he is there for the best interest of the Jamaican people. And what he did this time around again was the right thing Mark Golden did when he did not sign or make the People's National Party member signed on that document. Think about it, my viewers and subscribers. If the Constitution is for us, why are they keeping it as a secret? If the Constitution was to reroute for us, then why are they keeping it as a secret from us? Why it is a hush-hush? And why is it the Constitution have to do in phases like we are building a housing scheme? Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? Think about it, Jamaica. Every single time the Jamaica Labour Party went to the court on a constitution matter, they lost it. So the question is, would you want an incompetent Jamaica Labour Party administration to touch your constitution? The evidence is there. The facts is out there. Where the Constitution is concerned, they are incompetent. So they want to change it into a republic. And Andrew Holness can rule as a dictator. That's where it is, my people. Think about it and reminisce on it. And the long-term effect that this would have on the Jamaican people for decades after decades to come and generation after generation to come. Just think about it. Anyway, my viewers and subscribers, stay tuned to Aromatic Realistic TV. Like and share and follow us over YouTube. You know what to do. Touch the notification bell. So each time I drop a video, you should be the first to know. And what we always say, don't keep it as a secret. Share it, man, because the message have to reach the four corners of the globe. We tell them no man is an island. So therefore, no man can stand alone. United we stand or divided we drop. Love your fellow man, love your neighbor. The signature word. To love. To love. To love. Peace, my people. Out.